let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Sully Squad. Hopefully everybody's backs are all right from shoveling all that snow, and because we got walloped. It's kind of funny too, because like I just moved, and now I'm in a house where you have to shovel. And the last 2 years I was in a condo and it never snowed. And that's funny. Like it could have snowed its balls off the last 2 years. I wouldn't have to do shit. Now I'm in a house. Now I mean, I'm not complaining obviously because I'm happy that we moved, but it's ironic. Like when you're in a condo and you don't have to do shit, it never snows, and now all of a sudden you move somewhere and now you got to shovel like 3 hours. You know what I mean? It's fun.
So you're telling me and Jeff can thank you?
What's that? Yeah. No, I leave.
Hey,
I leaved the weather, yo.
Sean, I'm lucky. My next door neighbor happens to be my wife's second cousin, so he does all the area and plows us out, and he has his snow blower. All we have to do is just start like 5-foot driveway or 5-foot walkway. That's it.
That's cool, man.
So we luck out. We're in a 55 plus place. So they do all that, yeah. So makes life easy. But my son, with him just getting his first house on Wednesday, he had to do it. Luckily, the people that they bought the house from, they left him the snowblower and the lawnmower because it's got some good property. So he was up there early in the morning, and he's got a huge driveway. He holds 7 cars. So he was up there, and then he had to do the sidewalk, and then he went back to his other house because they're moving out at the end of the month.
Wow.
Yeah, he had some work to do, but he's like, God damn, what are the odds of 2 days after me signing a house? I got to do this.
But so anyway, so hopefully everybody out there is all dug out, and a lot of sports stuff. I mean, I was going to say the Sixers played today, but they really didn't. I mean, no Joel Embiid, no Paul George. I think at one point I had the game on for a couple minutes in the second. They were already down like 30, and I think at one point they were down like 40 some. So obviously I didn't even watch that, John. But they got their ass beat. It was
How about that 130, man?
Yeah, it was like 130 to 90 something. So I'll tell you, that's the thing about the NBA, man. Like, and it's so frustrating because like the Sixers have been playing pretty good ball. Like, shout out to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, has been really killing it. But like this generation of the NBA doesn't even compare. And you know what's funny? This has nothing to do with anything. But I had to Google this to see if it was bullshit. Do you know that Draymond Green actually said that Derrick Rose means more to the city of Chicago than Michael Jordan? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Like I couldn't believe I actually saw that shit.
Did you get hit with a basketball in the head, or did you get dropped on your head? Really?
You got dropped on his head.
Dude, that's so laughable, Joey, that you just said that. It's asinine.
Yeah, I mean, again, it has nothing to do with anything, but like I literally, it popped up on my phone when the song was playing. It pops up on my phone, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, nobody could possibly be that fucking delusional. And it literally says it right here. It says on an episode of the Draymond Green show, he says D Rose means more to Chicago, and it got me thinking with the fact that the Sixers, just because they play tomorrow night, they pretty much punted on the game today because no Paul George, no Embiid. You knew they were going to get their ass beat just because they're playing tomorrow night, and this soft ass motherfucker has the balls to actually say that, like, the greatest player of all time. That are you kidding me? Like, if you live in Chicago, where you're like, oh no, you know what? MJ brought us 6 championships, but I'm more a fan of Derrick Rose. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Maybe he was more of a fan because Molly Queerum used to be married to him.
Maybe. Who knows, man? But anyway, like that has nothing to do really with anything. But the bottom line, I just couldn't believe that shit.
He's an idiot.
Got a couple comments. Mike Papernick Jr. says he pays his neighbor with 2 cases of beer and his neighbor snowblows his property. He said, my property isn't big. Mike
works.
Kaepernick Jr. also says Isaiah Thomas doesn't like MJ because he took over Chicago, where Isaiah's from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those two numbers. Yeah.
Another comment here. Leaving. What's that say? Leaving. Ernie Banks means more to Chicago than Derrick Rose.
Yeah, it's my buddy Kev Gartman. What's up, Kev? Yeah.
Harry Carey means more to Chicago than Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Great baseball fan, Kev Gartland, man. He knows his stuff.
Yeah, Eddie Prather says, hi,
up,
everybody.
Eddie?
Hey, what's up, Eddie? How you doing? Dave Yarnell says, hey, fellas, how's everybody surviving this nasty storm? Yeah, pretty good, Dave. Just breaking balls earlier. I'm sure you probably did too. Here's your buddy again, Sean. He says, what's up? What's going on, Sean?
What's up,
but anyway, I mean, hey, I don't even want to waste my time anymore on that basketball stuff. But that comment just got to me. Like I couldn't believe it, because me and my boy Johnny were actually, because he texted me earlier today, and he's like, dude, he's like, you're gonna, or no, Paul Lukaku texted me, and he's like, dude, he's like, the Sixers are already down 30, and then I was like, and I put it on, I'm like, oh, nobody's playing, and I just thought to myself, like, back in the day, like MJ and Scottie Pippen will be playing every game. You know what I'm saying? And it's
take a day off because it's snowing, Joey. It's okay.
It's a fucking joke. But anyway, let's talk about a real sport, the NFL.
Yeah.
It's Championship Monday. It's Championship Monday. The first game you had what? New England, Denver.
Yeah.
Close game, kind of a little boring, to be honest, in my opinion. A bit boring.
Yep.
Still made it better at the end, right?
Yeah.
A little bit, and then of course the nightcap was a great game. You had the Rams and the Seahawks, back and forth. Seattle makes the big plays in the end. I see Jeff has the Super Bowl thing. So you got New England and Seattle in a rematch of the great 2014 season, 2015 Super Bowl. So 11 years ago was, of course, the great play where Pete Carroll, all he had to do was hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and he outsmarted himself.
Yep.
And they lost. So, but anyway, I got a comment here. Let's start with the Denver game. Eddie Prather says he expected the defensive battle between Denver and New England.
True.
I don't know what you guys think. My biggest takeaway from that game, I thought Sean Payton really fucked up on that 4th down call. Like they're driving the ball. He's got a backup quarterback. They're up 7. He's got a chance to kick a field goal and go up 10. I don't necessarily kill him for going for it, but to do a play action pass with your backup quarterback, like, to me, I think he either
doesn't say a lot, yeah,
or he should have snuck it. What's your guys' thoughts?
I'm right there with you, Joey. I mean, you text me with that play. I mean, Sean Payton should have did what he did and went for the extra point, but I guess he wanted to put his big balls on the table, and it didn't happen. Unfortunately,
like, we all think he shouldn't have did what he did, and that's probably what he was thinking that they're thinking. He's not going to do that, and he did.
Yeah, he
outsmarted himself in a way, to think about it.
Yeah, he overdid himself. Yep.
Yeah, Eddie.
But you know what? The sad part is, if Bo Nix was in there, it probably would have been a different game.
Yeah, it would have been. I mean, but you can't take nothing away from the backup. But like you said, you want to see a good game, but
Yeah.
obviously
Want to see best
that
against
wasn't the
best.
case. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna get into this a little later because this is another thing that pissed me off. Your boy says he'll return to check out the show when spring
Yep.
training starts. Harrison Bader signed with the Giants,
Yeah.
stay 2 years. Time for some Dabrowski to stop sitting on his hands. I totally agree. I mean, Bader
Couldn't
only
agree
got 2
more,
years,
Kev.
$21 million.
Yeah, and to open up your mouth and say, "Yeah, we're doing this," no, you're not. Just like you said last week, Joey, we got stupid money. Where did stupid money go? Down the drain.
Yeah.
We did not do what we needed to do. Address
We really
the
are.
outfield.
We are running it back. He
Get
keeps
that
going up.
Japanese guy. You know, I mean, we talked the talk, but we didn't walk the walk.
Now we're running it back. The only thing we really
Oh,
changed
absolutely.
is our bullpen.
I like to know Kev's thought. Is there any chance of us getting Duran Duran? I mean, I would love it.
Well, it looks like Cass might be going to the Padres.
Well, Joey sent something. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous because you're gonna. What is it, Joe? We're gonna eat the money.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're just holding on to him because they're just holding on to him, hoping that one of these teams will, will make
Give
a
him
trade
something.
and eat, even if they eat like $3 or $4 million, it saves the Phillies a few bucks. You know what I mean?
True.
But for who?
Yeah, that's the
Dropped
question.
ball.
For who?
He's definitely dropped the ball. It has not been a good off season. And you know the bullshit that he said about Bryce Harper, he's just trying to light a fire under his ass.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's going to work or not.
Yeah. No, I think you're
The outfielder, Kev. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. You're
Outfielder.
talking about the outfielder for Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yes. My apologies if I wasn't clear. But yeah, I mean, but if anything, back to football, I mean, how about the Seattle Rams game, like we were saying? And Jeff, your thoughts on Tariq Wooten making that boneheaded, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty? It doesn't change the game, but it hurts the momentum of that team.
Oh yeah, he's hurting. He's hurting bad.
Well, and I love the fact that his teammates, had every right to blast him.
Yeah,
because it's just a stupid, idiotic play, not thinking in the moment.
Yeah,
15 yards is a lot.
I like you're saying when they blast them, you got to blast them like not on the sideline and shit. Do that in the locker room. That's like
Yeah, I think it's just emotions.
If you're at work and your
mean?
boss comes out and blasts you in front of your own employees, I'd knock my boss right the fuck out. I'm sorry, you don't do that in front of her. You bring him into the office and you get talked to, whatever, yelled at, whatever it is. You just don't do that in front of other people. And I understand it's sports, but you try to have some couth. I mean, the whole time you're supposed to be a family and a team and all this shit. That stuff goes a long way.
Oh yeah, you're shit. You're with them more than your family.
Yeah,
it's almost like a brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
but yeah, it made a difference. I'm just happy that Seattle won.
Yeah, Sam Darnold played big. He wasn't the ghost.
Finally came
346 yards, 3 TDs, Cooper Kupp. I mean, it was nice to see him get the touchdown.
It was nice seeing Kupp and what's-his-face go over and chat. Puka, him and Puka's. He said he learned so much from.
Exactly. It's once again, learning from the best. Injuries kind of did derail and decline. Cooper's season, not career.
Yep. So speaking of this, Mike Papper had a comment. He hopes Darnold wins the Super Bowl, finally gets respect, and then Eddie Prather says Darnold had a career day. I mean, the fact. So Sam Darnold in the last 2 years is 28-6 as a starting quarterback, not counting the playoffs, and now he's 2-0 in the playoffs. Like, do we have to? I feel like like even Sean, like we've had comments. going into the playoffs, we're like, we've all kind of been like, oh, Sam Darnold's going to turn into a pumpkin. Well, not only did he not turn into a pumpkin, but he played elite level quarterback yesterday. I mean, because the Rams moved that ball up and down the field against a good Seattle defense, and Sam Darnold made the plays that he needed to make. I mean, that pass, I mean, first off, it made me sick because, I was texting back and forth. I was texting back and forth with you guys. So I had a good day. I hit some player props. I had a good day. I hit a few $100, but I could have hit for almost 1,300. I had Cooper Kupp. All I needed was Cooper Kupp to have one more yard. He had 29 yards receiving, and they offered a cash out like right before that third down play. And I'm thinking, because when you guys were watching it, like Cooper Kupp wasn't in all that many plays. You know what I mean? He was in and out. So being that it was third down, I took the cash out, and sure as shit, the very next fucking play, he hits Cooper Kupp on an 8-yard pass to then that kind of iced the game. That first down was huge because they didn't use their timeouts. But
Mike, or what do you call it? Mike McDonald had on his headset. That was Vegas, and as soon as he found out that you pulled out, they said, "Throw it the Cup."
Oh, it's unbelievable.
McDonald said no.
It's so funny. I've never been like more upset. I mean, I did win money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've never been more upset.
You know what I text you? I said, dude, it's better you won something than nothing.
Yeah. You know, I know, so but it was
like I know.
It was ironic though, because like if he doesn't because let's be real, if he doesn't catch that pass, the Rams get the ball back, and it's probably not in all likelihood it's not going overtime, because what was it, a 4-point game? So like and with the way the time was, if the Rams win, they probably win, right? Or I mean, if they score a touchdown, they probably win. Or if the Seattle stops them or gets a turnover, well, then Seattle just runs the ball and kneels on it. So I you know what I mean? So I think I made the correct point in cashing out. It just it just didn't
absolutely.
Work out.
I'll tell you one thing: the defense for Seattle played very well. Weatherspoon, up front, Lawrence, and who's the guy that you guys got from the Jets and New York Giants?
Leonard Williams.
Yeah, I like him, man. Yeah. Just the way he plays, He's
a hard-nosed player.
Yeah.
Seattle's going to be a team in the NFC that's going to be tough to get by for a couple of years to make it to the division final.
And JSN, man, what more of a complete wide receiver? Kenneth Walker stepping up to the plate. But nothing's better, like I sent Joey, having Sam Darnold's grandfather.
Yeah.
Marlboro Man, Dick Hammer. The man.
What a name too! Like, talk about a classic name for a dude that's a Marble Man commercial. Dick
Doesn't
Hammer,
get no better, dude.
Christ, man. That my man probably got more ass than a toilet seat back in the day. You know what I mean?
Probably got yelled at by teachers when they said, Dick Hammer. Come on, what's your real name? It's my name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're calling out the kid in class, Dick Hammer.
Yeah, there you go. Anyone here a Dick?
Hey, being that he was a Marble Man, like I said, man, he probably got more ass than a toilet seat. So he's like, they're like, Dick Hammer. He's like, no, sure thing. You know what I mean?
Here's my issue of the week, actually of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Why are all these offensive coordinators afraid to take on the Eagles job? Is it because Hurts is going to be tough to work with? Or is it because Sirianni is going to be tough? Or is it both? Nobody seems to want this job. I mean, you think coming into this team and everything, all the thing the players say and how great the organization is and all this shit, nobody wants this job.
Well, to me, I mean, agree or disagree, fellas. Maybe Sirianni. Sirianni, it's not. Sirianni. How he does, I think, call the plays, and he did hire his buddy. And look at the way he was when we had Steckline, Super Bowl, Kellen Moore, Super Bowl. And then the opposite, Brian Robinson or whatever,
Johnson.
Johnson,
Yeah.
Petula. I mean, it gets worse from there, But if anything, I'm hoping it's a young offensive mind that wants to come in and kind of not take the reins of the offense, but spread it out like more RPO, man in motion, tight end, running, but
the quarterback run. And I agree with Eddie here too. Maybe part of it could be, look, we know Philadelphia is tough. They have a tough reputation, but look, they're egging a coach's house. That could be scary. Maybe the family's saying, "Hunt, I don't want you coaching there because they're going to come egg our house and bother our kids." Could be something too.
I mean, it could. They were speculating that on the radio last week. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of these guys, I mean, maybe not the younger guys, but a lot of these guys are married.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the saying? Happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? Like, all things being equal. And then, they're like, do you really want to go to Philadelphia where, it could affect our family or, in Mike McDaniel's, in some of these other guys' cases, or do you want to go to sunny LA where, if the team does well, great, but it's not, it's not life and death out there. You know what I mean? Like your kids, the Chargers lose. Like, I mean, do the Chargers have some diehard fans? I mean, yeah, I'm sure they have some every fan base has some nut jobs, you know what I mean? But like, it's not like here. I mean, here in Philadelphia, Eagles are like life and death. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I seem to remember. I mean, I don't know if you remember when. Obviously, everybody remembers Santa Claus and all that other bullshit. It's so long ago. Who gives a shit? It was so long ago. But it wasn't long ago in Oakland when they were throwing batteries at the players as they were coming off and getting hit in the face. You never hear anything about that.
Yeah, here's our boy Keno. Joaquin Stable says maybe Nick Sirianni might be hard to work with, and the word got out. I don't know if it's necessarily that he's hard to work with. It could be simply if you're a young offensive mind and you can go and like call plays and be like be like the wonder kid, like the Ben Johnson was, or the Mike McDaniel. Well, when you come to Philadelphia, you call plays in theory, but you have to work with the guy in Jalen Hurts who it sounds like, if you believe some of the things you read, it sounds like Jalen Hurts is set in his ways in certain ways. And then also Sirianni's the head coach. He may not call plays, but he's an offensive. He's based
offensive
on
mind.
offense.
Yeah.
So, I don't give a shit when anybody says you're not going to have total full autonomy because you're going to have the head coach being like, hey, you know what? We're all about limited turnovers here. You're going to have Jalen Hurts being like, hey, you know what? I really don't like throwing the ball over the middle. I like this. So your hands are kind of tied.
My question is, why haven't they gone after Frank Reich then? Him and Reich are, as close as they are. Reich's still sitting out there, and he did, look what they did.
Yeah.
Well, not only him, but what about David Shaw from Stanford? I mean, they used to coach Stanford.
He backed out.
So many guys.
No, he backed out. Today, he backed out. There's a list, and it shows you the whole list who declined, like Mike, what do you call it?
I know Declan Doyle did, but Shaw did too.
Oh, no, I apologize. He's the one. The one you just
Declan
said.
Doyle, yeah, Declan Doyle from the Bears.
And somebody else backed out. The other guys obviously took jobs elsewhere. Dable still hasn't.
Well, Dable wants that Buffalo Bills job.
Yes, he does. He's holed out for that. And Nagy is supposedly coming in for a second interview.
Joe Brady had a second interview with the Raiders, so it looks like it's either up to him or Kubiak.
Yep.
I mean,
and another reason to hate Dallas, they denied letting us interview one of their guys. Hey, they interviewed one of our guys and stole him.
Yeah. Well, you know why though? We couldn't stop it because it was a promotion. I think because our guy, the one thing though, you mentioned the guy from the Bears that declined. I mean, I'm all for saying that maybe some of these guys maybe are skeptical to come here But don't forget though, sometimes guys will say they withdrew themselves, but in reality, they're not really getting the job. You know what I'm saying? Because it looks
absolutely.
If you're a candidate, it sounds better to be like, oh, I'm
Exactly.
withdrawing my name than to say the team's not interested in you. You know what I mean?
What about Deuce?
What's that?
We screwed over Deuce Staley. I don't know why they don't have him in there looking and see if he wants the job. He wanted it before. He left because he got duped.
Has Deuce ever called plays though?
He's been the running backs
coach. He called plays at Cleveland, Joey. Believe it or not, he was in Detroit.
He's the running backs coach.
Yeah.
He never went. I'm sorry, for a head coaching job at the Eagles, and they kind of like put him down, and obviously he jettisoned out. Like what's
Now here's one here. Eddie Prather says, "How about Davis Webb now that Denver's?" I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think Davis Webb's the next head coach in Buffalo because I know people are saying Dable, but Davis Webb is like teams around the league like supposedly love him. There's a lot of like talk that I've been reading like. People think he could be like the next McVay, and Davis Webb was actually a backup in Buffalo under Josh Allen. They have a really good relationship. So
makes sense.
I don't see Davis Webb. I don't see Davis Webb coming here to work for Sirianni and kind of run Sirianni's offense. I think Davis Webb could be the head coach, Buffalo. It wouldn't shock me in the least bit. No, I think the Eagles' offensive coordinator is going to be. I think there's a good bet it could be either Jim Bob Cooter because I
like him.
And also he knows Sirianni. It could be Jim Bob Cooter, possibly Mike Kafka. You know, a lot of people. I know he was with the Giants, but Kafka has Eagles ties. He was drafted by the Eagles in 2010. Kafka worked for Andy Reid, so Jeff Lurie. There's a pipeline to Andy Reid. So if Jeff Lurie likes Kafka, he calls Andy Reid, and Andy Reid gives him a good recommendation. You know what I mean?
What about Slowick?
What's that?
Slowick.
I think Slowick. I think Slowick went elsewhere. I think didn't Slowick go to Miami or something? I think I just read he just went somewhere.
I know they're dropping like flies. That's what I was going to bring up today. I just happened to see it just before the show started. I'm like, the hell. Another one declined.
I don't like this a little bit. I
don't like Gruden. Gruden would not work here.
Well, not just that, but Gruden hasn't coached in a number of years. But like I said, I know we're sitting here and I know guys are calling Nick Sirianni and all this shit. But I mean, guys, we did win the Super Bowl less than a year ago. I mean, you know what I mean? They're not going to get rid of the head coach, you know?
I get that. I don't want to get rid of him, you know what I mean? But he's on the radar. He's won Super Bowl wins, but he's a pom-poms coach, Joey. Like I said, save that stuff that you do under the tunnel, the hooting and hollering for high school. That's one thing that sticks out to me.
Just before the show, Rivers backed out. He said he turned down. He doesn't want to. He interviewed, but he didn't want to take it. Then they didn't offer to him, but he said he doesn't want to be a head coach.
I don't want Nagy.
Yeah, Slowick did go to Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell you another guy that could be a possibility. Gerard Johnson. He worked with Sirianni in Indianapolis, and I think he interviewed for our job in 2023. So because I think no matter what, I just think it's going to be somebody that Sirianni kind of knows. I really do.
Okay. How about the Steelers hiring Mike McCarthy?
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, if I'm a Steelers fan,
you're jumping off that Pittsburgh
why?
bridge?
I'm like, why? Like you. I mean, they said this. The saying was, as great as a coach as Mike Tomlin is, that shit got a little stale. Well, it doesn't get much more stale than Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
I think there's
38 as a Cowboys coach.
That Aaron Rodgers
35 and 85 and 2 as a Packers head coach. the
Nah,
wins
see,
and losses.
I disagree with this. Mike Papernick says Sirianni's the only head coach in the NFL who's not competent enough to call plays. I mean, John Harbaugh doesn't call plays though, Mike. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know the Eagles had, I have my problems with in some ways with Sirianni too. Sometimes, sometimes Sirianni comes off like high school Harry. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. But like the fucking guy has coached here 5 years. They've been in two Super Bowls, won one, and they made the playoffs all 5 years. I mean,
he's got a great record if you think about it. He's done everything to a point.
He does, but pump the brakes on the antics.
Yeah, there's just something there. Right. Something's broke. They need to fix it.
I mean, I might, exactly. Sirianni wants someone he knows so he can try to run his offense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's reality.
I'm just going off of, and this, again, you hear so many stories, read so many stories, you don't know what really is true.
What is true, what's false.
Howie and Jeffrey Lurie wanted to get away from a Sirianni pick and pick somebody that they believe will work in the offensive coordinating position. Because obviously it hadn't worked a few times with Sirianni's pick. I mean, they've even brought Doug Peterson's name up again, and I'm thinking, no, please, no.
Nah, I mean, if you wanted to do it, you would have done it already.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh is head and shoulders. I mean, 10 shoulders better than Sirianni. We can say that because of the longevity, but I don't know if, like I said, I don't know.
Defense. Oh, he was remember he was our defensive coach here, and he's always been a defensive
special teams D-backs coach. Exactly. So, I mean,
I just don't know. I just don't know if I agree with that, though. I mean, Harbaugh was there since 2008. He did a great job.
Yeah.
But Harbaugh won one Super Bowl in 17 years.
Yeah.
And the Ravens were good every single year. And I know my ex-brother-in-law, is a big Ravens fan. And like, I can't tell you how many times the Ravens, if you put it this way, ask Ravens fans about Harbaugh the last couple years, because they all like him and respect him for what he did. No team in the NFL blew more fourth quarter leads in the last 4 or 5 years than the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens, you talk about a coach that doesn't know how to close out games. I mean, you could look at this year. The Ravens, the game when they lost to I'm
Denver?
Who it was, but they had one game. I think maybe it was the Texans. I forget, but it was about a month ago. Derrick Henry was killing it, running the ball. They don't even give him the fucking ball.
It was Texans. They pulled him out. He was on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean like I said, Sirianni may do the he may be high school Harry, a lot of this stuff. But in all fairness, though, the Eagles win a lot of these close games.
Sure.
And a lot of that is the head coach. The head coach, when it comes to managing the clock, making the right call in the right time. I mean, I can't sit here and act like this guy fucking blows. I mean, the Eagles 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. You know what I mean?
Why I brought it up. I'm just curious. What is it? Is it Hurts, Sirianni, or both? Or is it really just Philadelphia? People are afraid to come to. I mean, it looks like you're coming into a perfect situation. It's got to be something there.
Monken's going to be terrible in New York because he follows Harbaugh.
Yeah. So, but all right. Well, I mean, let's kind of look ahead. All right. So we kind of touched on the championship games. Now let's look ahead to the Super Bowl. Now we got 2 weeks. We could get more into the preview next week. But you got New England and Seattle. I think Seattle's already I think a 4.5 favorite.
4.5, yeah.
Just early thoughts, Jeff. I think I know where you're going to go, but so Sean, I'll start with you. Like, Seattle's 4.5 favorites. Is Seattle covering? Like, who's winning this football game? Is Seattle covering? Is Vrabel going to have these guys? Is Vrabel going to have these guys? Ready to go? Like, what's up?
I think Seattle's going to win. McDonald's going to have his guys ready to play. And I think Vrabel's going to be ready to play, but I don't think it's Drake May time.
That's it.
It's Sam Darnold and company.
Drake May hasn't been playing good in the playoffs.
What's that, bud?
Drake May hasn't been playing good like the last
No, he
games in
hasn't.
the playoffs.
And I mean, we all can hope for that the defense carries them. Vice versa with Darnold and May. But I just see Seattle has so much more to offer. So I'm going to go with Seattle.
I'm hoping it's a game like it was against today's day. I can always remember Seattle when they won 51 points on the first snap to Peyton Manning over his head. I thought Seattle won this game. That was done. Denver was rattled. It was done.
It was. Mike Papert says Seattle's going to smoke the Pats.
I'm not going that far. I mean, I love Seattle and I want them to win as much as they can, as many points. But I don't think they're going to smoke them. I think it'll be a decent game. I don't think it's going to be too close, but it's not going to be a blowout.
They'll probably win by two touchdowns,
possibly, or a touchdown and a field goal, something like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, Drake May to me though just hasn't played good towards the end of the season, and that's huge.
That New England defense is good, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Eddie Prather says he thinks it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I'm actually with that. I mean, I'll who knows? I'll probably talk myself into 10 different things in the 2 weeks. But my early opinion is I think it's going to be a defensive game too. I have to look at the over under, but I think I might like the under. And the other thing is too, like the interior. The one weakness that Seattle's had this year, their interior of their O-line has been exploited at times, their offensive guard. And so looking at New England's got Barrymore and Milton Williams inside with pressures. That could actually be a big story in this Super Bowl because if New England could get pressure up the middle. As good as Sam Darnold's look, if he gets pressured up the middle, that could really impact the game.
And that's what they'll hopefully, looking at that way, that's what they play away from. They're not going to go up the middle. They're going to maybe show that, and then they're going to, audible out, and there you go. They can run up the middle all they want. Darnold's running to the left or the right. I mean, that's all this game tape that you got to watch. You got 2 weeks to watch it.
I mean, the one. It didn't hurt them yesterday because Kenneth Walker had a really good game, but I do wonder if not having Charbonnet, it is going to hurt them in the Super Bowl because he was their one important fact with him too. He was their best blitz pickup blocker. So now you give Vrabel who Vrabel brings that Belichick type defensive system. 2 weeks to prepare for Seattle, you wonder if he's going to dial up some pressures and try to exploit the fact that they don't have that blocker. You know what I mean? That could be, and listen, I was touting Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played the game of his life yesterday. He played a great football game, and I think the kid deserves his respect. But let's be real though, he can be prone to a few interceptions. And, if they get pressure with Milton Williams, if they get pressure with Barrymore, some of these guys, Darnold can put it up. And then, you got guys like Christian, like Gonzalez in the back could pick them. You know what I mean?
And don't forget Christian Ellis, too.
He's a good football player.
He's balling. Josh Jobe, Matt Collins. I mean, former Eagles, they're just playing their asses off. I mean, they're contributing in key ways. But
Seattle's going to sign the Beast again to be the fullback. He's just going to stand there and block whoever tries to run through the line.
Someone was telling me, I don't know if this is definitely true, but I was seeing online that Drake May supposedly hurt his shoulder at the end of the game. I gotta look, but I don't know if that's you never know because people could be bullshitting, but
people like to throw a lot of shade and shit, because it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
throw them off their game or just talk that junk.
Yep. He's playing one way or the other. He's playing.
Oh, he's going to be playing. But yeah, no, there's an article. There's something right here. Nesson Sports says, did Patriots Drake May suffer injury during the championship game? David Chale isn't so sure. Oh, it says something. Let's see. Chale. Oh, well, who knows? This is just some doctor. This is some doctor watching from his couch. I mean, who the fuck knows? He finished the game.
Is it that dude from Twitter, the one that I sent you?
I don't know. It was
that he breaks down like significant injuries. It might be legit because if it's that guy on that thing on Twitter, it's probably legit. Yeah, because he broke down, I think, Hurts's injury and Josh Allen's injury too with the foot.
Well, hey, we'll see. Hey, listen, he's got 2 weeks to prepare. He's young, probably a fast healer, and he ain't missing this game. You know what I mean? No. But, I mean, speaking of injuries, he may miss a game, or he's probably not going to miss a game. But when I think injuries, I think of my man Jason Fine, a.k.a. Attorney Big Al. Motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, or personal injury claims. He's got 3 offices throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, 1 in Philadelphia, 1 in Cherry Hill, and 1 in Pittsburgh. So, Drake, I'm sorry, brother, but, you're fucked. You're in Boston. He don't work up there.
I think next week for the Jason Fine, I think you should sing Hey Mickey in the background. Hey, Jason, you're so fine. You're so fine. You're on my line. Hey, Jason.
You know what? You know what's funny? He used to have, I don't know if he does it anymore. He used to have a commercial on Power 99, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny as shit. It would be like, he'd be like, I forget what it was, but the guy would be like, the advertising, be like, call my man Jason Fine. He gonna get you paid, something like that.
He's on a couple of the advertisements on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jason Fine, get you paid, get you
all
that
the time. We can make a rap of this thing we want.
Yeah, he can get you paid. I don't think he could get you laid, but he could get you paid. I mean,
get enough money, you get paid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you slip and fall, get a personal injury claim. That'll help you. You know what I mean?
Then you get a personal nurse.
Yeah, get them deep pockets. But anyway, all right. Well, we'll get more into the Super Bowl next week. Let's see what else is going on. Really, we touched on the Phillies.
So I don't know in the hockey. Did you see Craig Berube?
Yeah, he looked like he bobbed when he should have weaved.
He's calling it an injury in the gym. Where in the injury in the gym do you get cut in the head like that and with a black eye like that? He got beat up in an alley somewhere. Something didn't float. He needs to call
you want this 5-pound weight?
Craig Berube looked like he talked shit to somebody thinking he was the chief from like 35 years ago when someone had different ideas.
I love Berube, but
Well, how about the college football final, Miami and Indiana?
Oh yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
That was a good game. I walked away really impressed with that quarterback.
He's just hands down, I think he's everything you want in a quarterback from off the field, on the field, and even his what he brings to the table with his athletic ability. I think they'd be silly not to. The Raiders get a solid quarterback if they do, and indeed draft Mendoza.
So how do you think he feels? Do you think he feels great that he's going to go number 1, but to the Raiders, or do you think he's going, look, I'm going to make bank. I'm going to go to a big name team in Las Vegas, and maybe he can slowly bring them back. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? All your life you want to play in the NFL. Here's your chance, and you're going to go to one of the worst run teams and. Besides Cleveland,
but look who you have in the organization. You got Tom Brady to show his.
That's true.
To show his knowledge and wealth.
That's true.
You will have to eat crow for maybe the first 2 years, but I think Brady, like you said, he wants to surround whoever is the franchise quarterback with the right players.
He might have AJ Brown. AJ Brown go for Crosby.
You know
We'll take
that.
Max Crosby.
Yeah, I mean, anything's doable, but yeah, I think he's up for the task. You know, he's one of those guys. He's not going to do a Eli Manning. I don't want to go here. Trade me here.
That's the reason why I don't like John Elway. So, it's a friend saying, "Oh, John Elway's
with the Colts and stuff."
Yeah, and remember you just got a jersey, Joe Elway.
Yes.
That's. I told you. He first of all, he looks like a horse with those teeth.
Huh.
He looks like a horse with his big white teeth. But I couldn't stand him because of what he did. You know, way back when he got drafted was at the Colts, and he wouldn't report. He said, "I'm not reporting. I'm not playing." And then eventually they traded him to the Colts or to the Broncos. I hated him for that. I thought that just was wrong.
Yeah.
Plus, I changed my mind.
I mean, he's not the only guy to do it, but yeah, it kind of rubs you the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what the Buccaneers did to Bo Jackson. They drafted him, and he's like, "Look, I don't want to come to you guys. Please don't." And he went back in the baseball draft. Rest is history, and
you
know.
Yeah,
I would love to have known what he could have done if he didn't get hurt.
With the hip injury, absolutely. Yeah. I think he could have did Barry Sanders-esque.
Yeah.
You know, Walter Payton-esque, but that remains to be seen.
Would he stayed with baseball or would he stayed with football?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Kaepernick says Brady's been there the last 2 years and they still suck. Yeah, but isn't he kind of getting more involved though recently?
Yes, he is. Yeah. Yes, Joe.
Yeah. The other thing about the the other thing about the Raiders is the Raiders have such a national fan base, and they're kind of a sleeping giant. I mean, as far as popularity, I mean they've been dead for so long. But if you're a kid like Mendoza and you have a positive attitude and you have a confidence in your ability, if there's ever a time in a place to turn it around, it's with the Raiders, it's with Vegas, and it's with Tom Brady in the front office because all of a sudden, once the Raiders become relevant, then they, like I said, there's Raiders fans all over this country. They're like one of those teams. They're kind of like, as much as we hate the Cowboys, they're kind of like the Cowboys, the Steelers,
the
Raiders fans everywhere.
Their popularity is dropping a little because now they're in Las Vegas. When they were in Oakland, I always think of this, and it's I don't mean anything by it racist or anything, but you always think of the thugs, South Central, wearing Raiders hats because they had that nasty logo and all that. Like it's tough. Now they're in Vegas. They have dollar signs up on the top of their hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, you could take it. Back in the day, even when they weren't in Oakland, when they were in LA, and you had like Ice Cube and all them guys. You know what I mean? Ice Cube and all those guys.
And all them.
And the Raiders and a lot of it's the Raiders colors because the Raiders colors are great.
Black and silver.
You know what I mean? You can wear it with anything.
Yeah.
But two, like you said, back to the fan base, you got the black hole.
Yeah.
Those fans are just as loyal as any other fan, through and through.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. But here's another one. A few weeks ago, we were real positive on the Flyers, and then they proceed to lose 6 straight. And then you're like, oh man, are the Flyers done? They just had a great road trip. I mean,
they kicked the shit out of the best team in hockey.
Yeah, great road trip by the Flyers. I mean, they come home tonight. Big game versus
Going now.
Oh, we got to come at what's that say? At Chewy's Raider Nation. Yeah.
Guys,
Hey, I would love to see just I think it'd be good for football to get the Raiders back. I mean, I know if any Broncos, Chiefs, or Chargers fans would disagree with me, but I mean in general, I think it'd be kind of cool to see the Raiders relevant again.
Well, that comment, where does he see his team picking at number 1? Do you stay there? Or do you trade out?
Yeah. If you see it, if you want to answer, I mean, I don't want to answer. I mean, yeah, be interested to get his perspective since he's a Raiders fan. If it's me, I'm taking a quarterback.
You got to take, right now, yeah.
But we'll see what a Raiders fan thinks. Let's see.
You don't want to take a running back?
He says Mendoza for the future.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, well,
and they checking us out.
And Henry Ruggs will be out of jail by then. They can pick him still. They can still sign him.
He doesn't deserve a lick.
No, he doesn't.
Smell the leather of a football.
I don't think.
It's funny to me that people see him getting a second chance. I'm sorry, nah. What you did, killing a woman, dog, DUI, enough said, done.
But how do you? And I agree with you there. And then I think about, all right, how do you let Vic go? What he did? That's innocent dogs. They had no chance in the world. It's a tough situation.
Different. Totally two different things, though.
Yeah.
I'm not human being, animal, whatever, but I mean.
And by the way, just to
two wrongs don't make a right.
No, I agree.
Just to take it back on a football level too. Like fans, like fans love to bring up, oh yeah, we got that right. I'll tell you one I got wrong when. Because I used to love the NFL Network when Mike Mayock was on there.
Yeah, I know.
When the Raiders hired him, I was like, oh, man, him and Gruden, like, they're going to do some really good things. Boy, I'll tell you what. Boy, because you mentioned Henry Ruggs. I mean, Jesus, dude, I got that so wrong because, like, you want to talk about a couple all-time worst drafts. I mean, the one year they took that Farrell, the defensive end, like 4th or 5th, he sucked.
Yeah.
They take Ruggs, he's in jail. They took some defensive back, he got cut like the next year.
Oh, I mean, the kid from Ohio State. Yeah. Total head case.
I was gonna say the Mayock and Gruden drafts. The only one they got right was Crosby. They took Crosby in the 4th round. And that was a great pick. But all those early picks sucked.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We've all had it. Look, the Eagles took a player that never even got on the field. Remember Allen?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't agree more with the Raiders' Liz comment. It's just like the Cleveland Browns. You're just going through a rinse cycle with different quarterbacks. Yeah, and I think they finally found their core. I think it's a sure shot draft of Mendoza. You build around the future. Unlike the Browns, they shit the bed. Deshaun Watson. I mean, their best chance at Baker Mayfield.
Shedeur Sanders is in the Pro Bowl today. Can you believe that shit?
Well.
I know that's. I think
he's playing. The Pro Bowl is a joke. It's a flag football. Bring it back to Hawaii and let him play where a safety blasts the punter like Sean Taylor did.
I don't even think. To me, I don't know if you guys used to watch it years ago. Remember when they used to have those skills competition in football?
Bring it back with Cordell Stewart and
that
and Hasselback. Exactly.
Do that with the players and no Pro Bowl. I was not a first of all. Who gives a shit about the Pro Bowl? Second of all, I was so against the Pro Bowl. Remember Robert Thomas, the running back from Buffalo, blew out his knee.
Edwards, the dude that blew his knee out.
Yeah, Edwards. He was fabulous.
Edwards, and he was done. Yeah.
Yep. The game doesn't mean anything. Hockey, at least they have the skills competition. Baseball, they have the home run, and the game actually means something for the home team. Football, it doesn't mean jack shit.
Well,
yeah, you had your Philip Rivers, your Drew Brees. That was a good one, where they would throw it and see who could throw the farthest, hit the target, etc. Yeah, not just playing dodgeball shit. Are we playing football or are we playing dodgeball?
Sir, yeah, I think it'll get a lot more, like you said, skills competition.
I remember this. Rams Leonard Little pled guilty to involvement of manslaughter, DUI, and served 90 days in jail. Came back and played. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, don't you guys think? I mean, the Pro Bowl. I mean, honestly, nobody gives a shit about the Pro Bowl. So let's be honest. No one gives a shit. Barely anybody probably even watches it. So if you're doing the Pro Bowl, I mean, all right, let's put it in perspective. We wouldn't mention one fucking sentence about the Pro Bowl if Shador Sanders wasn't selected.
Exactly.
No, so point is, even though it's bullshit, it makes sense to select them because it's the only way anybody's even going to mention it. You know what I mean? So that's why they did it.
The reason they have the Pro Bowl is because all the money that gets paid to the NFL for sponsoring it.
Right.
That's why the owners love.
Dion had something to do with Shador getting in the Pro Bowl.
It's because a couple of people are hurt and the other one's backed out. Nobody wants to play in this Pro Bowl, so let him play. He threw a couple passes this year.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, what other All-Star? I mean, think about it like this: like you're talking about an All-Star game that's a week before the Super Bowl. None of the best players want to play because obviously the goal is to be in the Super Bowls, and you know what I mean. So no one wants to play.
I mean, do they have it written in their contract if they get you get in the Pro Bowl or selected as first in the Pro Bowl, you get extra money?
Some people, a lot of players, a lot of players used to, but I think nowadays modern contracts. They've probably changed that a lot because everybody kind of sees how bullshit it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, absolutely.
But back in the day, they used to do that all the time. They'd have like, or they would be like, oh, the 6-time Pro Bowler. Like, if you guys know, do you even hear that shit anymore? Nobody even mentions it, really.
Yeah.
Usually, when somebody's traded, they'll have that listed in there. 4-time Pro Bowler. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
But when you look at it, who cares? No, like you said, you kind of look over that line. Who cares about the Pro Bowl?
The Pro Bowl is a dying thing.
For football, definitely.
It is. It's a joke. It sucks, but anyway, like we were saying though, the Flyers haven't been a joke. I mean, some good road.
They need a goalie. They need a backup goalie because with Vader being out, they need to have a backup goalie. Kosalov is not the backup goalie. Supposedly they were going after Billington from St. Louis. Don't know where that's got to yet, but they agree they need a backup goalie.
Yeah, although Ursan played much better on the road trip than he's played all year.
He has a game or two here and there. He's not the backup goalie.
He's hot and cold.
Yeah, very.
So before we get out of here, let's look at the Flyers here. So Flyers with a big home game actually about to start. Yeah. New York Islanders at the Flyers, and then so this they have a huge week. They got 4 games this week. They host the Islanders tonight, in Columbus on Wednesday night, and then the very next night at Boston, and then Saturday they host the Kings. So that's a possible 8 points. Out of a possible 8 points, how many of the Flyers getting?
4.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I'm seeing. I think 4 because, well, you know what? A lot of it comes to tonight because if they get 2 tonight, I think they have a good shot at getting 6 because I think they could beat the Kings and they could possibly beat Columbus. But playing in Boston on the second half of a back-to-back, that's probably a tough one. So like that may be a regulation L, but so you gotta. I'll say they get 5. You know what? They get 5. They get 2 wins, and then they get like an overtime loss. Yeah, 5 out of 8, I think. So we'll see. And then let's look at the Sixers. I know we didn't really talk about the Sixers too much. I mean, Joel Embiid. I'm a little sour because they got their ass kicked today, but in general, they've been playing pretty good. And Embiid's look great. I mean, he even dunked the ball a few times. So
yeah.
He's getting stronger. I think to me, and again, this is just to me, I think he knows his place now. I think Maxey is the one who kind of runs the team, and Embiid knows it doesn't go through him anymore. But the way he's playing is the safest way for him to play and stay healthy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, so here's the week ahead for the Sixers. You got Milwaukee here tomorrow night. You got Sacramento here on Thursday, and you got New Orleans here on Saturday. 3 home games this week.
2-1, I think they go.
You know what? I think they're going 3-0. I think they go because none of them are back to back. Because you play tomorrow, you got the Kings. They should beat the Kings' ass. Although you know what though, that's a classic letdown for the Sixers. The Sixers.
Remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about what the record was going to be, and the first game was Orlando. Oh, we're going to kill them. They got crushed.
No, I hear you. No, it's a team. I think Denver beat us here, and they were missing like eight of their rotation.
Yes. Players. And then we played Indiana, who we should have, or somebody after that we should have lost to, and we killed them. It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Sean, what are the Sixers doing in these 3?
3-0, baby.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, look,
and I do want to give one big shout out to Bobrovsky, and I cannot name the other guy's name because it's Czechoslovakian. Haven't seen a good goalie play in a long time, but you saw 2 goalies come to it down the end of the ice in a brawl. Everybody stepped aside. Bobrovsky and those guys went at it, and the crowd went crazy. It was great.
Did you say the guy's name was Jackoff?
Yakov.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, what a name, dude. He should get his ass kicked just for that name.
Yeah, right.
It's like
had enough of it.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yo, dude, why are you fighting? My name is Jackoff. No further questions, dude.
Go get Dick Hammer.
So, all right, guys. Well, look, man, it's been real. Good time. Hopefully, go Flyers, go Sixers.
Yeah.
Dave Dombrowski, somebody fucking shock him with like a teaser gun or something. Get him to fucking do something.
And let's hope for not another snowstorm next weekend because they're calling for another one.
I know, dude. I hope not, man. I know I gotta get my snowblower going here. So, but anyway, all right, guys. We'll have a great week, everybody. Easy. Go Sixers, go Flyers, and we'll see you next week.
Let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. Alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between.